will see who wants to talk today. Between the world, between heaven or hell, I call you now. Reveal yourself. Call you now. I knock on your doors. Open it up. Come to me close. I want to talk. I want to connect. Reveal yourself. Give me a message instead. Camera, camera, camera. Open the gate. Who wants to talk? Tell me your story. Tell me your story. Who wants to talk? April. That's April. I see April. July. July. 4 very important months for the student. Very important. There was a teacher at the university, and April-July period was very important for the career of the teacher, well, lecturer, more like that, at the university. And he simply was called names by his students, very nasty one. I'm not going to tell you which university it was because that's general reading. The one who connects with me, the teacher says that he had good intentions. He was very strict. He just gave marks or grades as it should be. But there were so many gangsters, so many people from the slums, that he didn't make it. He wanted good things, he wanted to teach, he wanted to be like appreciated. But the students called him names, destroyed his bag, were doing very nasty shit to that man, to the teacher. He had only good intentions. There were 3 people who were supporting him, who were learning. But each time, on Wednesday, the 3rd day of the week, there were some fights, bullying him by his students, violating his rights, and even insulting him as a man. Everything, like throwing at him objects, calling him names, disrespecting him, because he was not thin, he was not going for the gym, he was not like other, like students wanted him to look, like the model, like the man from the TV shows, like a showman, you know. They had expectations, but these students were dead by character. And they did so much bad things, starting from April till July, adding some private problems from that man's life. He was a little bit fluffy, and not too high, and with mustache, and a little bit bald, and he was a teacher at the university, lecturer. And they stressed him so much, all those circumstances at once targeted him, that he simply got heart attack. No one was there to help him, he was a loner. He was just alone. He got 3. He got 3 attacks. And he died. And when somebody finally called for help, medical aid, they came, and he was already dead. and they didn't even know what was the reason he died. They just said he died because he was old. That's not the case. He was just a loner, and he was harassed, abused, talked shit about by his own students, non-stop a target of those who disrespected him because he didn't look the way other people wanted him to look. So he started even to drink alcohol, and everything added up, and he just ended his life like that. And the message, what is the message, man? Tell me the message. I knock again. Tell me the message, what you have to say. I will knock till you answer my questions, man. His message for the people is that it would be great to change something. If people would be more sensitive, if people would be more appreciative, if people would cooperate, if students don't have such rights that they feel like gods over the teacher, and that he needed a psychologist, but when he visited one, she blamed him. She did a bad job, and he resigned from visiting psychologist. He was even more mentally tormented after the visit, so he decided he would just end his life one day, probably by stress. So thank you for the message, the teacher. Between the world, heaven or hell, go back to home. Thank you, go away. Rest in peace, teacher, and thank you for your message. I hope there would be teachers who would just take it seriously to just do something about it. And those students, thank you.